Okay. Look at me. I'm a fucking streamer. Just call me Ninja. Welcome, everybody. This will be our February meetup. Thanks for coming. If you don't know me, my name's Will. I'm one of the organizers here, along with Michael, who will be speaking tonight, and Keegan, who's in the back. Everybody got pizza? Everybody's fed? Everybody feels good? Good. Anybody have any announcements about community events or things that they know that are happening that they want to talk about, or anybody looking for work or looking to hire? Yes.
We are looking to hire. Come work with us.
Who are you?
We've got turnkey corrections and free square market. We do a little bit of geofencing. Blaze has been working on that lately for a probation app to track people and where they are. They need to be tracked. So we work with Golang on the back end. We have older C++ and C#, but that's phasing out. And then we do front end stuff with Ionic and Angular and other fun things, whatever works out.
And your name is?
I'm Eric.
Eric.
Yep.
What's up, Eric? Okay.
Yeah,
so
talk to me. We've got a team of 10 right now, and we're looking for a couple more.
And Blaze there, and he seems to like it, and is being told to say otherwise.
Yeah.
Being watched by the president right now. You track on it. It's fun.
Cool. Anybody else? No? Good? Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming, and let's have Michael take it away without any further ado. Yeah. Oh yeah, Streamception. Streaming my stream on the stream. Very streamy. That's cool.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming. It's fun. I like this topic. Actually, I was pretty new to geofencing. I had to ping Mark and ask him all kinds of questions. Like, how do I do this? How does this work? Kind of stuff. But found some pretty cool tools out there. Just thought I'd share some of that stuff for people who use it. Sounds like there are some Ionic users. And capacitor, I know Mark's big into capacitor. I'm just learning about that for the first time. And radar is kind of one of the things I found to help me along. Is like, wow, you could kind of use a service that does this. And you get a lot of stuff out of the box. So thought I'd give it a try with that. So be disclaimer. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. This kind of picture of me. So I think some people here, or most people here know me, but just some things that I'm really excited about. It's fun. Think about triathlons and stuff, so I do a lot of that. Huge swim fan. My family up there in the top. My daughter Abby, she's 8. Joey's 4. My wife Nikki. Driving going on a snowboarding trip actually to Whistler in a week.
Nice.
Super stoked. We do it every year, the guys. It's really fun. So do that. So what this talk is really about is less talk and more kind of like a show and tell. Kind of see how it's done, talk about it, talk about the tools, we're doing the code, and then if you want to, you can have a little bit together. I'll show you where how that comes out. Reason why, so the inspiration behind this whole thing is really, I work in Medtronic, and one of the things that we do quite a bit at Medtronic is spend a lot of money on gathering evidence. So if you know anything about a regulated industry, in order to get to market, we have to have this thing called evidence, and they require a lot of it. And so before you can submit to the FDA, you have to usually perform these clinical trials, and different types of clinical trials. There's like, like interventional, non-interventional. There's kind of like registry studies, and there's randomized control studies, and there's all different flavors of these things. One of the things that I found out about a lot of these studies is that there's a lot of events that happen that go underreported, just like nobody knows about them, right? So it's really important in the case of a trial to really kind of get that full context, full picture of what's happening with the patient. And so what we're experimenting with right now is kind of research tools, similar to Apple, having a research app, to know more about what patients are doing, and then kind of gather more information so you can fill out that profile for the case. So that's what got me interested. I was like, oh, this would be a great opportunity, because anytime if you could geofence a lot of locations, like hospitals, like healthcare, centers of emergency rooms, you could find out when patients are in the hospital. And then rather than waiting on some convoluted HR system to tell you what the result of it was, you could ask the patient for some contextual information up front to find out, were you there for a your granddaughter, but she saw a tree, you're there because you had a seal. You want to know. So, tools, I chose Ionic framework just because I think it's got a lot of nice stuff on the box. Not familiar with it, most people come here are, but cross-platform now supports Angular, React, and Vue, which I think is pretty sweet that they're broadening their umbrella. On the box components and all the native APIs, and specifically the capacitor is what I'm going to be using to get, it's like a native bridge to get into the lower level kind of like APIs for the device. It's cross-platform as well.
By the way, Ionic 5 just came out.
Yes,
today.
Yeah, that's the email. Yeah. And did you hear that you don't have to rewrite your app now?
Well, you don't have to rewrite your app, but
was there an app store
almost
on there?
any CSS you did is all screwed up now. So you're just going to be diving through all your templates and stuff to fix stuff.
There's always and then Radar. Have you guys ever heard of Radar? Is that the new? Okay, cool. We'll look at that first. It's a geofencing platform. Like they just basically built out as a service to allow you to kind of built for developers to kind of have integration points. So a lot of good SDKs. I'm actually disappointed with the JavaScript SDK, so sorry about that. And then a free tier for developers, the drugs that they push you. 1,000 geofences and 10,000 users. Get started. We're just hacking. That's good. So let's do a radar tour. So I'm going to go over kind of the dashboard, how users get generated, how you create a geofence, the event log and what that looks like, and then some of the setting stuff and things you can play with in the integration. So let's just jump out and take a look at it real quick. This is radar. So I just created an account, said brief. Dashboard is going to give you a lot of nice info, kind of over time, like events, right, and users. It's pretty sparse and limited right now, because I think they're like Series B funding or something like that, but they allow you to toggle just like in Stripe, kind of between test and live, if you like. A user in here is really, you can give it your own external ID, so if you have one of your systems you want to map into here, you can. But then if you don't pass an explicit ID, it's going to queue off the device ID and call that the external ID. So whatever the device ID of the mobile app that you're interfacing with, it's going to pull that in. You can add descriptions, there's all kind of metadata. So like I think on one of these profiles I created, stuff some metadata in here, so you can put all kinds of PHI in there and really throw things off. Like I wanted to stuff this full of, and I got this from using Capacitor, where you can kind of look up what platform are they on, what version are they running, all that stuff. And so I was just going to stuff that in here, and metadata that you always need for this user. This is what they're on, so if there's any issue and all that. So pretty cool. Then there's creating a geofence, which is set up a few of them. So it's like 11 here, you can see. The ones that I set up were, so here I'll give you an example. This is one around Regent's Hospital. Here's Virtual. I think I even set up like somewhere in the neighborhood. I set up, there it is, the Blue Door Pub. It's like, warn someone when you're going to get pizza burgers and beer.
So based on like a circle, like a center.
Yeah, I'll show you how it works. So let's create one. So give me either a place, an address, or something like that. So let's do someone's house or do some place. What do you want to do?
You do my part.
8080.
Welcome. There's food and beer in the kitchen if you want some.
Let's search that. Okay, is that it?
Yeah, it looks right.
So let's go in on it. And it's in an apartment here?
Yes, yeah,
It's right by the mall.
Yeah, it's right about.
Yeah, so you got options here, like you can do a circle and kind of give it a radius,
Oh, you do
or you can do a
polygons.
polygon as well.
Oh,
So like,
right.
is this the apartment building?
Yeah.
So what unit are you in?
Yeah.
No, which kind of part of the building?
Yeah, I'm in that part.
Okay. So I'll just kind of box it in. And usually they have like a minimum amount of space that you have to kind of give it.
Okay.
Is that
So you could do a circle and like
Yeah,
have
so
like
it
a
needs at
center
least-
point and then like
yeah.
a radius that's X big, or you do polygon.
Yeah, something about like the default settings. It's going to require 10,000 square meters. I don't know if that's for everything.
Yeah, that's for the you need to have a certain distance that the phone goes
Oh, yeah,
before it can send. Otherwise, the phone would be draining its battery like nobody's business, and it had to constantly checking. So,
checking certain distances.
so they set a specific square area where you're likely to be big enough that moving in and out of that distance will be detected.
Which is not super helpful when we think about what we're trying to do here, but just for the sake of the demo. Okay, I've got your apartment here.
So beyond that,
The
boundary,
place
there's
of
another
block.
boundary. That's realistic for you to check the inner boundary. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you make it too small, you can't.
What's
You
your
could
name?
detect that you cross
Tom.
into it, but
Part, yeah. And you could add metadata if you really wanted to. I'm always surprised. Like, yeah, add any value store you possibly want in the so that's you got kind of like the geofences, so you can kind of give them those names and stuff like that, which I think is cool because once you have those define the perimeter. And so if I were to, creep on your apartment and you have this set up with webhooks, which I'll show you in a minute, you get a notification like, someone's here. So let me show you webhooks real quick. So in the integration section, it'll let you kind of integrate with a lot of fanciness here if you feel like using it. I just set up my own basic webhook. So I have an API running where I just kind of tinker and hack on stuff on Heroku. And I set up an endpoint, and basically all I'm doing is I'm passing. You can choose live or test environment. I chose test. You can say single event or multiple events. So if there's like a group of events that are all happening simultaneously, you can say dump all of them to me. I just chose single event. I hit that API, and it basically like goes to Twilio and then shoots me a text message that says like, hey, gives me the details of what just happened. So username just went into whatever
Place.
Yeah. So you can test it and all that stuff. So kind of cool. The settings I think are pretty neat. So it's got this thing called stop detection, which you can turn on or off, but really, and they kind of explain it here, it's basically that radar, they've kind of got some smarts to be able to figure out whether you actually stopped within a geofence or if you're just passing through or kind of on the periphery. So, and they'll usually use in combination with how often you can get access to backend services when the phone comes to the point where you can actually tap in and understand where your user location has changed, which I've found is like when they stop. Like if you continuously stay in motion, I don't know that, I mean, it's very rare if you're constantly in motion that they're going to check that service. But when you stop, then the iPhone, I don't know how it's on an iPhone, when you stop, it'll check for that. And then if you're in the geofence and you're stopped, then it will flag it. So that's kind of one of the settings I think is interesting. So you can turn that on or off. And then you get keys here for setting it up. The SDK that I used, radar. Yeah, I think this is it. So it's not fully implemented, so you'll see there's some things like, you basically initialize, set the, place a provider, you identify the user by setting your ID, set a description. So I'll show you how this all gets done in the app and we'll jump into it, but allows you to start tracking. You track once or kind of follow continuously. It was just interesting to me to see like kind of areas where they have implemented things and other areas where they just haven't touched this at all. I think their main audience is probably straight people who are developing for straight.
Maybe you don't have to have the app open on, I know on the iPhone you get back on JavaScript.
Yeah, I'm back on it.
You are?
Yeah, and you can, absolutely. So that's with the capacitor. So I'll show you how I'm using capacitor to get geolocation services, and once I start tracking, it's tracking in the background. So you'll see it in a second in the background.
And you have the pop-up on the screen now where it says like you want to continue tracking, like you just give that
It
pop-up.
does sometimes. Yeah, not all the time though. Like, and I think I've probably told it like, yeah, just allow it to do it enough times. It's kind of like, okay, fine, I'll just let it do it. I don't get it as much as I used to when I was first experiencing the app, because I'm running the app ad hoc on my phone right now, so I just like loaded it from an IPA. But I don't know. Yeah, when I first started using it, it was like nagging all the time. Yeah, are you sure you want this thing to be? It's used background location 6 times in the last hour. Like, yeah, have you been getting that? And then people say, I don't want that using it.
Yeah, like we're supposed to be tracking you constantly, so all of a sudden you're like having so we kind of change our expectations and that kind of stuff. So with the iPhone, you know, I know,
privacy
right?
settings. How dare they let people know that we're stalking them?
Right,
You know.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah. So you kind of got that. And now with that, let's dive in a little bit. So if you want to hack along, this is just getting started. It's pretty easy. And you could just bootstrap it and see what I do. And then if you want to go back, I could even I'll take the code later once I make sure I don't have any keys in there that I forgot about. I didn't say that. And I'll throw it up on GitHub and you guys can pull down an example. But this is basically how you get started. So your common, if you got the Ionic CLI installed, Ionic Start Geofence demo, tabs is the type of app that we'll be creating. -- capacitor just tells it, hey, go grab the latest version of capacitor and install it alongside. And we'll kind of get into it and set it up. So let's go
Geofencing stuff is fake.
What?
You can spoof it on your
So,
Yes.
You can also create exactly.
So how do you do that?
Well, first of all, you have to have tools on Google. And then also, like, you can, in some instances, like, figure out, like, how accurate it is, or, like,
People just move them up.
that was the concern, so,
Most of them are smart.
Okay.
yeah, I don't know all of them are, like, yes,
That's where doing some user research. Hey, dividends. I know that there is, so this isn't related to that, but it made me think of something that you should spoofing, which was one of the features of this that I find really interesting that I haven't explored enough, and people take a look, is this idea of simulation. So, say you wanted to simulate a number of like users' movements around here, you can upload, and they've got a spec for how you would do that. But you upload it, and then it would basically allow you to kind of simulate movement in and out of geofencing. So you can kind of define how you want to do that. It's really nice for testing to be able to, so you don't have to it's like right now if I wanted to think like testing, I got to run down the block and sit for a minute and wait for you to kind of look up and back. I'm like, that's not a way to test. So we've got some cool features like that.
What's the application name that's on it? Just when you close without the field?
I work in R&T, which is like basically coming up with things that, although they might not be new to the industry, Medtronic probably won't use them for 7 years. So it's quite depressing. But that's kind of the group that I'm in. So we're very blunt, kind of like almost filed down to the sphere, because we're doing things that are just like we should probably just do this.
What would be the space? Is it out in the field logging?
There's a number of things. Yeah, I mean, so the biggest one is it's called post-market surveillance. So a device goes into the field, sees somebody gets a link, which is an ICM implantable loop recorder, basically. Implanted in their chest.
Okay.
The whole role of that device is to record arrhythmias, looking for deadly arrhythmias. So you get that in your chest, and you're out there in the field. One of the things that we want to know is in a post-market surveillance situation, you want to know, are there any adverse events with that patient? That could be anything. It could be that they hit the hospital with a stroke, edema, maybe it's like acute decompensation from heart failure, whatever it is. Like we need to know why they were they in the hospital, how long they were in the hospital, and why. And relying on having to buy Optum data and all these merged kind of records from all different systems to try to figure that out. It's like, yeah, we could do that. It's very expensive, not guaranteed to get a hit. Like if you could just engage the patient and ask them directly, like, hey, it looks like you're not. And by telling us that, it helps us think about product. That's actually really cool. So that's probably the biggest use case. There are other ones that are probably less interesting.
I hope you don't really have it.
Absolutely. This is a demo I did. I did it like 2 days. You know, because I pinged you for 2 days straight. So I'll kind of show you. Let's just go straight. So I did a little hacky kind of like break it up into sections. I've seen people do this in class before. Oh yeah, it's like a review. Just use checkouts to figure out where you're at. So I'm gonna try that and see how it goes. You know, see where we're at. So project folder, pretty boring, but just tell me if you can't. Is it big enough? You can follow along. Now I'm gonna actually give me a second. I'm gonna go to displays. to
Got the Game Genie on.
all right. Alright, so we're on the advantage, so let me do Ionic serve. Check what we got set. Alright, fences, good game. So, first thing we're going to do is basically, I'm going to kind of walk through, and some of this might be kind of basic, but I want to kind of show you how I was thinking about it. So, we've got all of these, in radar, we've got all these geofences. What I wanted to show you was kind of like, how do you use the SDK, call out the radar, and all that stuff, and kind of display geofences. So, it's super simple starting point. Let's just walk through that real quick. And I'll show you kind of how it's done. So, back to code. And I think I put my fences in tab 3. Tab up, beginning, so I can show you over here. And this is pretty easy stuff, but good ion spinner. And what I was doing was basically it was like a loader of sorts. So what's happening here is you're saying, hey, if this is loading, show the spin. You can do like the name. So just some of the cool stuff.
Yeah, and the name.
What's that?
You got double N.
Yeah, you know what? I've got sticky things. So you guys, we're going to do a little bit of hunt for the double ends. There's my spinner now, which will display for loading, and then I'm going to do, there is an ion refresher, but I think I'll leave it out because I found that it's just not getting used that much. We'll just go straight to ion list, and what we're going to do is we're going to have ion items inside of that. And this is going to be what we do, so I'm going to do MD4 and equals, we'll say let f of fences set us up for success, and then we'll create a label. This label is going to contain put the description. So defense dot description. And then we'll also have paragraph for that, where we have, well, let's put the latitude and longitude. So we do lat, oops, so lat, and so the F geometry.
Sticky here.
Stick again. And copy this. Put the longitude. Second one here. And this. So now if I save this and go back, see nothing. We implement anything like TS talks. Let me go through that real quick. And it's empty. Here's what we're going to start with. So I'm going to paste in a few things here just to save time. I'll watch them type away. But create a fences promise. We're just kind of defining stuff up front. It's an observable type thing. We've got fences, which is an array, empty array right now, and then that loading is going to be default and false. But usually what I do is rather than using a constructor, that's with it, constructor sometimes gets you in trouble, so it's everything in there in Ionic. So what I'm using is their event lifecycle. There's this thing called Ion View, which is specifically an Ionic thing. And you could use the Angular one if you want to, but I'm going to use Ion View Angular. So this is a lifecycle hook that we can say, okay, once this fires, I want to do this dot loading, and set that equal to 2. And then I'm going to say this dot get, which I haven't actually set up yet. So let's define that. Get fences equal assets. Click. Null by default. And then you get fences. Always by what I want to do is maybe this dot fences, and I'm not always at the front end whenever I'm loading this. So I'm gonna kind of null it out, kind of clear them out. So I'm gonna assume a reload is gonna happen at some point. And then what I want to do is define 2 options. Those options I'm going to pass in some headers. Review HTTP headers. Let's do content type. This one. And then thing that we have to pass in is authorization. Required. Oh, I'm going to use that.
All the ends.
Yeah. So this time, I'm just going to use, I'm smart about this, I have to get the environment dot with our key. Okay, so we should be all set here to make our call. So the next step is to set our promise. So this dot fences promise, set that equal to this dot HTTP client, log and get, and then I wrote down the actual path here, it's just HTTPS, and then API dot radar .io dot one dot geo. That's the options. And good. And what we want to do is this. That's its promise. Subscribe to that. Click to get data. We want to do say this offenses. Offenses is going to equal data dot, and it's called Geofencing. Okay. And then this is just what I'm doing because I think I have some kind of click defined. So if you click, then click. Target. This loading. And the log there. I'm not going to do anything. Love that.
Tell us it's got a little bigger way.
We're crazy, yeah. No, our fault. Alright, let's try it now. We should see our fences. There they are. Tom's Compartmente, Virtual here, Make the Growth Hospital. Sweet. Fun. Alright. So any questions about that so far? Pretty basic, straightforward. Yes. What I want to show you is really quick before we go any further. It'd be kind of fun to see how this client is being used. So if we look for, so one of the things that is kind of threw me a little bit when I was taking and deploying it to the phone is that you have to add this. There's this. You got these Cocoa pods, and you have to set a pod for capacity radar, and then sometimes they make you open up in Xcode and manually kind of like create those. And it doesn't always link properly. So just a kind of like a gotcha that if you're kind of confused, like, hey, I did pods install or whatever, it didn't actually do the thing. Sometimes you have to open in Xcode in order to recognize yes, like the library.
So you have to do a capacitor sync.
I did the capacitor sync, and then I like uninstalled, reinstalled, and all that stuff, and so I finally figured it out by just doing it manually. But I wanted to show you the actual SDK itself, kind of what was going on. So
What's that?
paying no attention. Kind of. So you can kind of see the API, and we've got this Swift file. But I was going to try to show you the JavaScript implementation. What are code
It's an installer for Xcode that lets you grab libraries and import it into it. So it
It's for iOS, the native development.
Think of it like NPM for native development.
package
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the native API is then just allowing you to actually do the ping back.
Yeah.
Because the issue with just the flat out radar JavaScript SDK is it on its own could not be backgrounded on iOS. You need to have the actual capacitor plugin for it. So,
Let me check out the next thing here. Check out. Alright, so this time, so I'm just going to grab that. The next stage that I wanted to look at was how we set up tracking, which is probably the more interesting piece of this. So now you understand kind of how the SDK is being used by the app and what the capacitor. The tracking is a little bit janky. I think you'll kind of see that here. So I'm gonna show you. Let's just show you. We're not going to do the UI stuff. I'll show you how the UI displays, but then what we're going to do is spin out in TS5 and show you what's going on in the background. So it's the Ionic serve. I do wish Ionic would go faster. It just seems to get stuck. So, there's probably a lot of different ways that you could do this. Ignore all those regs and fix that. So now we've got our fences tab, which is still, put that out there. The ways that you could do this, probably a million ways. I wanted to kind of have some kind of user input where I knew who it was that was tracking, so I'm not creating a account to do that dummy thing. Just punch in your name, punch in your whatever, and then I can track me. And it's when you hit track me that I do that invocation for this to start back. And I'll show you what that looks like. So let's drop into TS and kind of see how that's going to look. So this is on tab 1. Yes. do right now, you can see up here at the top, I'm just kind of importing some things throughout the environment. This is where I import capacitor radar, which is that library I was telling you about, and this is actually capacitor. So we're basically saying like setting the plugin, so the use of the plugin to the geolocation device, it's just going to native information about the device, it's like metadata, information stuff. And then you've got the construction moving here that way. So first thing I want to do is I set a lot of things up front that I'm going to be using. And so on the HTML page, which I'll kind of show you, I've got a lot of things that I didn't want to put in front of you that were just basic. So create a form here with the name, we've got empty form. We've got this if a radar user exists, and we're going to kind of show the location, and we're going to say that the radar user's last updated at, and we're going to display that time. We've got the location, user's location and coordinates that we can display there. We'll know a general sense of the accuracy, so on a scale of like 0 to 1, I think it tells you how confident it is that it's accurate. And then we know whether they're foreground or stop, is the user moving. And then there's this, the actual geofences themselves. So if we're in a geofence, what I'm saying is, if radar user, there's geofences, and the geofences, there's like, there can be multiple of them. If they're in these geofences, let's just display what those are. Give me a description of the geofence that happens over time. If they're not, we don't show it. So that's basically what's happening right here. But what I'm doing is I'm allowing a button click up at the top. It's a little refresh symbol that you'll see. If someone wants to, rather than pull in, they can click the button to manually update the location. So that's what's happening. Let's go in and hold on. So I can do an entry form. And so this is one. So basically we've got this entry form, track, username, user email, login, radar user, and then I'm going to always have to do this, entry form, and then I've actually set that form by default. So this form builder, create a new group. And that group is going to have things like username. And nothing by default. You can validate it on that. Required. User email. That should set up our form. Now if we go down a little bit, let's do an NG Ionic. And we'll do a radar plugin. That's the first one. Radar plugin. And we're going to initialize it. And we have to initialize that with the, this was a weird one I did this time. It's like different type out publishable key. And get back into that. So we've initialized it, so it should be good there. And then we'll say that our plugin. This time we want to get, so at the very first part, the very first thing we want to do is we want to get location. It has this function called get location permissions. swear I'm typing in. It's totally demoned out. Permission. You don't need an N.
Whoa.
Alright. Permissions. Status. Hopefully we don't need more N's. Then, once we have them, get that result. Get that result, and we want to do something with it. What we're going to do is we're going to look for something. So if the result dot status is not equal to, anyone guess what it is? Good. You have to spell it right. Not doing have to type it down. I mean, so if it's not granted, then we want to do something specific. We're going to say radar, plug in, do your thing. Let's request location permissions. And we'll say background. And what that basically says is, I want to request location permissions, and the modal that you show them, you have different settings for how you request that permission. You set background to true, it's going to say always, at least always allow running the background. If you have that false, it would say allow while using the app by default. So it just kind of it defines what the prompt is going to be. If you look at the API, which I've gone and looked at the API that they're using for that function, in order to be basically using that setting to say which one surface in the UI. So that's what they do there. So that should set us up for now. We've got kind of, this is still on init, so we've kind of got set up here. We should feel pretty good about. You guys are all perfect. So, still not going to do anything for us except for get things initiated, but we could say set a new async. We'll call this present tracking I like this because I like to show the user when we're doing something. And so I won't type this all out, but I'll just basically paste it. So the idea here is like, I love to, once I know that I'm started tracking, I want to let the user know that. So I'm just posting a message saying, like, hey, you're being tracked now, just so you know. And we'll let you know if we prosecute things. Now I'm going to go through the process of getting the user. I'm not going to retype all of this in, but I'll show you what we're going to do here. So this function, all we're doing is on get user, we're going to say I need to set the device info, and what I'm doing is I'm setting a wait for the synchronous function where it's the device get info. It's going to go grab the metadata for the device, everything from what version you're running, whatever platform you're on, all that kind of good stuff. And then making a new call out here where I'm calling using authorization, let's say user promise. Go get the users where the device info UUID. So I'm always, whenever I'm setting a user, you see this when we set up user, I'm setting them up using the UUID from their specific phone. So I'm passing in, let's say, set user using that UUID. Remember I showed you in Radar where they have external IDs and they have ones. It's going to use the UUID by default or user explicit one. So I want to go get them by that same UUID, and what I'm saying here is, hey, if I've got a user, so if Radar.user, so data.user, whatever comes back, if this is not tracked, I'm going to say I'm going to start tracking. So what we want to do is make sure that once we've gone out and gotten the user, that they're actually tracked. So I also have a function here called refresh user, which I'm not familiar with. And this is in the case that I do that refresh manually. We just do that. So let's go. So this is refresh user, which should be very similar. Just kind of going and getting that user and setting it to radar user. And then we're setting track to true. So that's refresh. Now let's set up this function. This is how we're going to. This is really updating the user's location. So this function update user location. Let's say if we don't have a radar user, let's say a user, just get out of here. We can't update the user's location. I don't have a user for it. But we're going to set loading to true, and this is really on the UI when we click this little refresh button. You see up at the top. We're saying, okay, we're loading, and I want to get the position. I'm getting that from the geolocation service. So I imported that earlier, and I'm saying get current position. And now I'm telling Radar plugin, this is another interesting function that's on the API. I'm telling it update location. All I have to do is pass in the latitude and longitude, and then accuracy. So kind of position, coordinates, accuracy. And I'm just basically telling it, kind of doing a port update to say, hey, the user location updated, and I just want to let you know. So I'm doing that, and after I'm done with that, I want to refresh the user to get their current location back from Radar to see if there was any kind of geofence change before I would go. So if something were different, I would get that along with the refresh of the user. So last piece here is actually starting tracking. So here's the async function, and call it start tracking. Yeah, it makes sense that there is no L. Very Christmassy. No N, I don't know. Okay, so radar plugin dot. What we want to do first set the user ID. So set user ID. That's pretty easy because we know what it is. Dot user ID. It's going to be this. Dot device info. Dot UUID. Yes. Perfect. So we've done that. We say if this dot radar user. I'm sorry. What's the UUID?
Universally unique identifier. Oh, 8 o'clock.
Oh, is that what it is?
Nap time.
This thing takes a nap, right? If not, it's that radar user. Then what we're going to do is radar plugin, we want to set the description. Call that description. This dot entry, the entry form that we did. This. Entry form dot controls dot username dot. We'll add that. Setting the description, and I'm going to get some user metadata that I want to pass along. So const, call it user meta. And that would be things like phone model. And I can get that from this device info model. And then let's say I want to set something like name. That's easy. I can do this dot entry form dot controls dot username value. You can also get email address if you're asking for that as well. This dot entry form dot controls dot email. There you go. That's some user metadata. What I want to do is once the radar plugin, I'd like to set the metadata. So function for that. And I can do that. Just setting meta data to and then what I'm doing inside of here is I want to specify this dot loading to and radar plugin now got to track once. And this is one of those interesting things that I didn't learn until I tried this. But you have to call track once before doing tracking continuously. So there's two functions. There's track once, and then there's start tracking. And it's really weird. You think you just say, hey, start tracking. Like that would be obvious. They want you to track once, and then once it returns a result from track once, then you can start tracking. I don't know. I didn't feel like looking too hard at it. I figured I was looking, this is how you have to do it. So, a little gotcha. So you say track once, then done that, we'll get a result. And with that result, we really don't have to get the results. So this dot loading equals false now. And we'll do this dot, this I do that presentation thing, so present toast, tracking toast, whatever I call it. So this tracking toast. Just kind of let the user know what's going on. This dot track is now needs to be set. It's just kind of like a status. So this is true now. Actually tracking it. And then radar plugin. Last time I tried to start tracking again. That should be so that's kind of a lot. But I guess we could throw a patch here or something. Or the off of things. If it's a permissions thing, this is actually kind of important. So if for some reason, the reason for the error was that you didn't have the permissions even though you thought you did, you can find that out right here by getting the reason. So in the error.message, you should have kind of a specific error message that comes up called error underscore permissions. If that one comes up, it's pretty easy to do this. You know that you can go back to radar.plugin and say radar request location permissions. And should obviously should definitely do that background true. Cool. So let's see how this did. I don't think it was working yet. I'd like to buy a vowel.
So request location permissions, you set on
Yes.
and then
This is like where's Waldo? Hold on. Where is it? Tell me.
141.
This is yes. So this is how people used to track bugs. It's how a lot of people see how user name. Okay.
same thing, we went up.
You guys are really patient. Can't wait for that. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. You can
is
lose
that
it.
it? Wow. Let's see if it works. So they're initialize. So, all right, happy, right? So we created a new user named Gus, and the email is gus@gus.com, and it's a tracking account. Not really good idea. Okay, so that was our tracking. When in doubt, skip to the next thing. Check out number 3, and I'll show you how to activate it.
The platform's probably not defined because you're running a browser. So PDF is not gonna be there.
Oh yeah, no, good call. That's right. I didn't think about that. Yeah. So when I was testing, that's a really good point. When you're testing, unless you have a true emulator of sorts, you can't get any of that device information. So that's not going to work at all. Just when you're trying to say UID or think of device information, yeah. Good call. Didn't think about that. Branch is up to date with Origin 03, so at least I can show you kind of get that running, see what happens here. So the next step of this, that was kind of the most of it, was just learning how to set tracking. And this next step, we're just going to show how you load some events, and that'll be pretty easy. So let's save this one up, I'm just going to see the latest. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. So it's not gonna be able to do anything with that UID stuff. So even if I say tracking, it doesn't matter. So we got our fences.
How can you go about it? Debugging this or whatever else?
Okay, that's to do. So what I would do is I would run a cheat code that he's turning, which is basically you have to tell the capacitor specifically to kind of perform some type of little link or something like that each time. So we do an Ionic build. But then there's some type of capacitor. It's not an export function, it's more like a linking function of some sorts. And then I would do basically like open this Xcode, we pull it up in Xcode, and then I would, rather than emulate on Xcode locally, I'd have this hooked up and I would say run it on my device. And then
There's another thing you can do now. If you launch Safari,
yeah.
in the Safari Dev Tools, you can actually connect your phone, and it will connect to any web view that you're using on your phone.
That's awesome.
And so then you can just inline debug
Oh,
on Safari on your laptop while you're doing stuff on the phone, and get all your console log outputs and get all your fancy formatting stuff. Because in Xcode, it's text. It's hard to go through.
yeah. So you have to use Safari, like native Safari.
You can do it in Safari, you can do it in Chrome too. Chrome is spectacular to do that on web views that are running. But that's so useful because you can't do those things unless you're running on a phone and you're computer right.
So what we want to do now is we got nothing in the events, and so I'm gonna go here. This is tab number 2. And what we want to do is we basically let's assume that we could actually track it because we have UID. Then what we want to do is we're going to say, okay, I'm going to fill out this events page and just paste in a bunch of stuff and show you what's going on. So. Alright, so looking this over, basically kind of setting some stuff up top, got the events comments, net the events array, and then loading again. One of the things that I'm doing is that when the view enters, and it's loading, let's get some events, go get some events, got this events promise, we're going to get some API. All the events are really just it's like any enter or exit of a geofence or any other custom type of links that you specified on radar. So you're going to get that list that's going to come from the API, and then what you want to do is, if I store that music, what I did here is I kind of created this with confidence function, and you'll see that in the HTML, which is pretty simple. It's just basically, as I'm whipping through these events, I want to get the confidence from the event confidence, and they come out in a certain way that's just basically a number, and all I'm really doing is saying, switch case, throw this in here. If it's 3, that's a high confidence, 2 is medium, 1 is a low. So that's all it's doing. It's just kind of spitting out confidence. So let's check this out. Click on events. My list shows up where I got this little icon thing here. Kind of a person entered virtual. It tells you the time and date that you entered there, and then it's high confidence. So it knows when I left home, it knows when I got here. So you can kind of browse through that list. If you really want to get into my log book here, you can see everything that it's got on me. Fences are still there. Tracking thing, I'll just show this to you on my phone. And then you'll actually be able to see it in action. So close this out. And then after I show you this, I'll kind of get your brain on something, because there's a next level I'd like to take this on. I'll get your thoughts on it. So I'll pull up my phone here. And get a text message from my wife. This is always the funniest thing. It's like, trust this computer. Yeah, trust the dirtiest appliance in my entire house. Like, why? It's just a bad phrase. You're like, I don't know, it should say like, do you want to gamble with it? That's what it should say. So.
Well, I'm going to ask you
Every time. Every time. You're like, well, my computer's been a little less than trustworthy lately, so I'm not going to trust it today. Geofencing. So here it is. So it knows that's that posted message I told you about. Geofence is crossed. I didn't show you the last part of this, which was I implemented I'm not going to walk through it, but I'll show you how it is in the code. I basically created an Ionic component, and that component is basically using Google Maps JavaScript API. You just paint a nice little map in there, and I'm using the Latin logging that comes from kind of your current location. Just put a little dot at where you're at. So here we are, in a happy little place, virtual. So it also knows that I'm inside. Remember that thing that I showed you in the code, where on this particular page, if you're inside of that geofence, we're going to kind of pop it up there and say, look, you're inside of geofence for virtual. And then that accuracy thing, right? It knows that I'm stopped, it's sitting there with an API, and that it's got a 65 meter accuracy, so it gives you that granularity. So that's the deal with that. And so I can kind of, the event's still loading. But yeah, this is the way that I was testing it. Now that I know it's super tricky out, you can see those pictures and then look at that. This is that refresh button up in the top, where if I want to force a refresh over, it'll do that as well. So just doing that, and then you'll set the user location for the right now. So that's it. Yeah. I'll show you that component real quick as a way of segue the conversation, because this is one thing I wanted to do and just didn't get to it. But if you guys have done something with this, I think we're going to talk about how. So, app, and then it's in, I gotta check out this. Check out this. So here in AON, we've got this Google Maps component, and there's really no, we're just implementing this in one of the views, and so make this look at this, see it. So this is pretty, I won't go through all this stuff. Basically, you can see here, we're basically creating a map, we got the markers, map photo, that kind of stuff. Got this renderer. On the net, we're basically kind of going through a series of functions. We use Ionic, we load the SDK, so JavaScript SDK, basically. We start the initialization of the map. If there's an error, we'll just throw the error and go ahead and load the map. So we'll load the SDK, we've probably done this before. We'll see if the map's not loaded, then we'll get the network status this is just checking to see if you actually connected the internet kind of thing, because otherwise you might be able to load the SDK. Let's say you get the SDK in, everything's all good, and we say, now we've just done it, and when we're done, the map is ready. And so one of the things that I don't know if I had kind of like talked about some code, yeah, right there. So I wanted to figure out what the best way was. Once you've initialized the map, this should be pretty standard. Anyone who's done like working with Google Maps and browser before. So you create this instantiate, kind of Google Maps map. You can pass it with different options. I'm disabling the UI that has a funky to zoom and all that crazy crap. And what I wanted to figure out how to do was create a map on the geofences page where if I like click on the geofence, I want to just display, you can draw polygons using the map, have you done this before? I want to display the geofence as it exists. So I've got essentially all of the different points, like an array of those points for the polygon that come back when I query the geofences portion of radar, and radar sends me all that data. So here's all the geofences. I'd like to be able to paint those suckers on a map in the app as well. I'm just going to show them where they are. I couldn't really figure out the best way to do that. So like, I know what it looks like coming back from radar, like the geopaths themselves. But then I was like, okay, what's kind of the best way to set that to the map? There's this polygon thing that you can basically create and pass it. So has anyone done any of this stuff?
The way I've done it in the past is that you can set up a layer on the map, and then I do a lot of mapping stuff in the map that I'm working on. And what I've done is actually pulled out components that are my drawing layer, my pins layer, so that way I have sometimes I have pins that are drawn at their hand or something like that. And so yeah, or just like that sort of thing. So I typically set up a separate component that's a layer, and then you can use your inputs and all that stuff to update what's drawn in the layer. And then when you want to get rid of the layer, you can just get rid of it. So that I found that usually works pretty well. The other thing I started doing is we use multiple maps in our app, and there's a history behind this. But there's a native plugin that you can get mapping essentially for free.
Yeah.
And it gets quite expensive when you start using JavaScript stuff. If you go over the limits, is to actually make a pool maps in the app, where when someone requests a map, if there's any in the pool, it will just literally grab that map component and attach it to a new element, which doesn't come as a new load. Maps. So I set up a whole bunch of pools of maps in one component, and so I use the structure of Angular to be able to interact with the Google Map library in more of an Angular way versus straight up JavaScript. Yeah, so it turns out that the map stays valid for 24 hours. And so what you can essentially then do is you're essentially like backgrounding an HTML element that just sits there waiting to be used again. And I found with the company I'm doing my current project for, they were coming up against hitting that sort of free $200 a month or whatever that Google gives you right now.
$200 a month?
They give you $200 a month worth of map loads for free. And then if that's sort of their...
based on the number of API calls.
It is, but you have $200 worth of API calls that you can pull. So they do Street View and that kind of stuff. When they're looking to deliver equipment, they want to see what it looks like, and they have different costs. So what we've ended up doing is this pooling, and we noticed that they went from sort of getting close to bumping up on the top of that free tier with a small company to using about 10% of it. So it reduced the map loads by 90%.
So did you pocket the difference?
Well, they were still in the free tier, so.
So using those layers and interacting with each one of them individually, so you set a bunch of marks on one, make some animations happen, and then just completely have marks in the context of another layer.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
It works pretty well. I don't know if it fits the terms of service for Google Maps. I don't know.
Each of those layers, is that just something that you can access from the map object?
Yeah, so I have sort of I used I'm forgetting the term now when you're able to was it few children or whatever where you can essentially inject components into an existing component.
Yeah.
And so I've got like a drawing layer component, I've got a pins component that then get injected into my map component.
Okay.
It's like I'm gonna drop them and pull them back and stick them in
Is that this one right here? Is it the view child and then the map component? Different one.
Content child.
What's that?
Content child?
Yes, content check, that's good.
And do those children in those layers, they each have an instance of that map, so you can place in objects then?
Well, there's one instance of the map
Okay.
which lives in its own component, and then I'm using the content child to when I define my Google map
Yeah.
in brackets, then under it I can say drawing.
Okay.
So from within my component where I'm actually using the map, I do a bracket Google map, bracket drawing layer, and specify everything that needs to be drawn in it, the bracket in layer, everything that needs to be drawn in it. And then as that component gets updated, I can use NGX and all that, pull those layers out and change them and do whatever I need to do. So, pretty simple way to do it. And then that map layer just literally pulls its map that it uses from that. Because all those other layers, they don't API type as big as things. So you can kind of isolate what gets charged and what doesn't get charged, and then pull the stuff that gets charged because often isn't.
Yeah, those markers are still associated to spots on that map.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm curious just to know, like, what kind of stuff are you guys experiencing with geofencing or interesting applications you've worked on that use this capability? Or what are some interesting apps that are just kind of
We track parolees.
what's that?
We track parolees and get out on probation and we track where we are. Yeah. That's the most interesting one. So that big ankle bracelet costs hundreds of dollars to buy the hardware and plus having all the rest of the service with it.
So you're doing it just with the app alone?
With the app, along with another component, and we take the picture to make sure that it's actually them and it's not the brother or sister checking in on the application themselves. So we do a bit of facial recognition along with the location tracking, geofencing, keeping away from the things that they need to be away from at that point.
Interesting. So do they have certain times that they need to check in, or is this random searches?
Yeah, so there's certain times they get pinged, and then there's also manual check-ins that they can force the probation officers and the health and human services to say, we're concerned right now. Would you please check in using your phone to take a picture?
Do they, you said it's a combo, so do they have an ankle bracelet that you at least phone in? Or?
This is in place of the bracelet?
Yes, this is a low-cost solution that is going to be in place of the ankle bracelets. A lot of these
Rather than
jail
putting
facilities that are-
$100 on every person you need to, yeah, they've got a phone already.
It's
Just
too much.
Yeah.
So
put
then
the
they
app on.
can't let as many people out on probation. They can't do that because the money's up there. Or they would have to go to that cost and say, if you would like to be on house arrest, you would have to pay these costs.
That's a brilliant application. Saves money, right? It's probably more convenient because who wants to wear an ankle bracelet? Right?
Yeah,
It's
So I'll check
socially,
in on the CD.
we really love that social aspect of it too. It's just like a Live Strong bracelet you can wear and check in with that thing. It's that,
So you can post it on Facebook.
Checking in with my parole officer.
We're doing a little more traditional. It's a convenience feature, so guys in the company are assigned to jobs during the day. When they get to the job, it pings them to let them know you've arrived. Would you like to clock in? Kind of a deal. So then they clock into the job. Then the other thing we do is put up sort of geofences around all the different heavy equipment they have around the metro area, so that when if they need a heavy excavator on a job site, it'll immediately pull up distances. It's less geofencing, more just distance calculations and stuff, so they can see what's nearby, if it's close enough that they can literally run up the street and grab it and drive it down, or if they call a truck driver to come pick it up and move it over. That sort of thing.
Cool.
So it sounds like, does it figure out like the actual like distance, like is it the flies, or is it like?
It's as the crow flies.
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know, you can do direction stuff. The issue with direction stuff is, like, I was talking to the truck driver the other day, and he's like, yeah, we've got trailers that'll pull an 80-ton machine. I can't be driving down a residential street with this thing, so the Google Map direction stuff is basically useless to him. So it's more as the crow flies, and he figures out really nice and get around. The big thing that they really love about it is street view. Because a lot of times he's trying to figure out how can I come in to get this equipment, this huge piece of equipment loaded onto it, where do I have room, which direction should I bring the truck in from that, and street view's been a lifesaver because he can just sit in his cab in his truck and click where the equipment is and pull the street view and be able to swing around. Unfortunately, I can't figure out how to pool that, because that's probably, that would drop down to like 1% of their use, but the street view is pretty expensive, but it's well worth it. Have you noticed battery life issues with that app?
No, you have noticing, or no,
I
haven't
really looked into it. My concern, I was looking at their APIs, and one of my concerns is they're essentially popping code in the background that's periodically updated.
I thought it was 3 to 5 minutes ago, you would check.
Yeah.
It's usually checking for, like you said, a certain amount of distance here. So
Yeah.
the reason it says accuracy 65 meters is so like, and maybe I'm just an anomaly because I sit home occasionally.
Yeah.
People moving around more, maybe it's more important. But I think it first has some type of good memory stored about whether you moved from the last position, and then it will pull and then it will restore.
So I know the native API works a little different. There's, you know, a more efficient sort of background service on the phone that each app is allowed 20 geofences that it can plug in. And then it can track you know, Apple set it up to track it, at least in the iOS world. And it's supposed to be quite a bit more energy efficient in terms of draining batteries during the day, which is why I was a little reluctant to look at radar, because these are guys out in like a cold night like tonight, they're out there working. They don't want their batteries getting drained because they already know they're on the job site. And so
I didn't notice any difference, but I think it's not so bad. But really super close attention because I really haven't used it. It could just be because a lot of people be phone. If you have an iPhone 6,
what's that?
if you have an iPhone 6, your battery's just going to burn you around anyway. The program is for that.
Yep.
Obsolescence. But yeah, I think I haven't noticed it on here, but I have heard about like the data approach and how you can score geofences and do it up to 20
Yep.
and so forth. The reason I chose the radar version is I was trying to offload some of that.
Yeah, you got to do what we've been doing to get around the 20 limit is essentially take your 20 nearest geofences from your current location and get burn the 19 closest, and then make a 20th geofence that surrounds all of them.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you get outside of that, then you
That
works pretty well. Oh, it's a little tricky to figure out what that radius is. Because it's not actually just the radius that wraps all your geofences. It's the minimum radius that wraps the centers of those geofences without including any other new ones. so sometimes you may only get 15 because things are too clustered together. Fun day. Cool. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Yeah.
All right. I have some raffling. A new and improved Prizatron, courtesy of Dale.
I don't even recognize it. I don't like this.
Nope, that's very caps.
So Dale Watts did that?
Yeah. After we spent all of the meetup in November realizing that we didn't actually need to build OAuth capabilities into it because our meetup's public. So you can just hit the API for the data. You don't need any special privileges to do so. Like, y'all can just go get Meetup by stuff for us. That was a fun hour of my life. So I did figure out how to do it, but then I hit the API without putting in my key in Postman, and I was like, all right, sweet, I figured out how to get the data. Huh, I didn't actually put my key in there, and it still works. Okay. So what do we have? We have prizes. Something. Right. And I haven't created a 2020. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2020. I don't know. Okay. So 12. All right. We do actually have a front-end masters to give away. It might be into last year where we stopped having them. And we have JetBrains. So that's cool. Here? Yep. Okay, so Tony P. Tony P is not here. No? Okay. Jarvis. Jarvis, would you like a JetBrains license or a front-end master's license?
Oh, JetBrains, what built in their product line?
They have, IntelliJ, WebStorm, ReSharp. It's IDEs. So like, if you like Visual Studio Code, WebStorm is like that, but with some other additional features. IntelliJ is the best tool for that for Java. As I found out recently, I've tried using VS Code for some Java stuff recently. That's definitely not so great.
Is it a 1 year fee?
It's a perpetual license for whichever product you get. It's 1 year of updates. Yeah. And then Front-End Masters is a video learning tool. They have a bunch of courses on Ionic and Vue and Angular and testing and JavaScript and all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
They're local. They're run out of Minneapolis.
If you get
Okay, cool. Put you down for that. Come give me your email afterwards. Tom, would you like Front-End Masters? It's Tom, you are Front-End Masters. Congratulations. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming out. We are going to be sending out a notice sometime soon that we will be likely moving to quarterly events rather than monthly. We just haven't had a lot of attendance lately, and coming up with sponsors and speakers is also proving very challenging.
Sponsors were interested.
Okay, please reach out to me.
Yeah.
We are interested, definitely. So I don't have to keep pinging my marketing department for bailing me out at the last minute.
Get a hold of my marketing department, and they'll call your marketing department. They'll be crazy. They'll show up. Maybe they'll make a movie. One of those little animated movies.
Great, yeah. Come see me afterwards. And yeah, we're potentially going to be looking for a new venue also because it's unclear whether we'll be continuing to meet here. Yes.
We have a new office that they desperately want to host.
They do.
Yes.
The Merrill office downtown?
Yeah, Baker's.
He's been reaching out to
I have been, yeah. Is Jeremiah still there?
This month in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Baker Center. This is the heart of downtown Minneapolis.
Okay, shoot an email to angularmn@gmail. and CC whoever needs to be CC'd for us to coordinate
I
that.
think we host Monroe probably this spring.
Spring, yeah, I know Spring meets with at Merrill because we sit next to them at Open Source North.
Would that be convenient for this one? So you guys all pretty centrally
It's further away for us, but that's.
Are you
We're
in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Yeah.
So,
And you're interested in speaking next week to talk about
Next month.
Next
Tomorrow.
2 hours. You ready? Yeah, so next month.
So yeah,
Next
we'll
month, I can see.
we'll figure it out whether we're gonna do March or April or May is the next one. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming on. And
Thanks for having us out.
yeah, talking shop.
So just to know what I can